yesterday was really bad, wasn't it? I'm on a roll.
What's good? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are here streaming live. We got so much to do today. We have Void Rift, we have Fortress Clash. I also have the raid if we want to do it. Hey, speaking of raid, I shouldn't say. Well, it's fine. There's a video we made today. By the way, probably my favorite thumbnail I've ever made. In any of the Tower Fantasy videos. The thumbnail we made today, I just think is poppy as anyways, yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, your boy. Oh, okay. Let me explain this real quick. I feel both really, really content and satisfied, but simultaneously feel like, okay, so for today, usually Sundays I like to take off, watch anime, something like that. That's why I usually ask you guys on Sunday, or Saturday, sorry, our Saturday stream, what I should watch. Like, what are you guys watching? It's something I'm interested in. I usually have one queued up in my head, and I'm pretty stubborn about deviating. But anyway, lo and behold, today was supposed to be the day that I do that. I watch something, I relax, I decompress to some extent. But I just relaxed, and I didn't do any of that. I made a thumbnail this morning. I made a voiceover for a video that's coming out, and I have a video for Monday, so I've achieved my goal. But there's one more thing I do on Sundays, which is a review of the past week's worth of videos. And lo and behold, Tower Fantasy videos, one of them popped off, which is awesome. Because I looked at all, like, it's weird to adapt and to analyze a video that got 12 views because it's one, it didn't even hit. Two, YouTube didn't even find its audience because it had no idea who your audience is. So that when you do get a video that succeeds, even if it it's hard, like, it just tanked in a bunch of ways, like CTR went bad, which is the people clicking on the video, watch time went bad, all that stuff. Needless to say, I am just happy that there's something like a data set that I can look at to learn from, because if when you get 10 views, it's like, well, what if these 10 people had no interest in the video anyway and just clicked because maybe they were one of my Wonderlands people, like that's the weirdness that you kind of get into. But no, seemingly a good bit of people who watch that video want to watch Tower Fantasy videos, so making adjustments based on that was nice. I'm a little worried that I didn't do anything today besides like work or grind. Work is a strong word. It's very fun what I do, but it is not turning off your brain, is what I should say. And Monday is also a stressed day because Monday I plan every single video. I map out the thumbnail, title, premise, value proposition, the hook, everything. So Monday's stacked in a very bad way. So yes, but as much as I'm excited for having achieved essentially my goal, which is, can I make a good video once a day whilst going through the process of making good videos, which is making good thumbnail, doing all the analytical data, which is rough, like tags, thumbnails, making a descriptor of your video in your description, all that stuff. Can I do that and still remain sane and or achieve that? The kind of like one video a day kind of mentality, and I was able to do it because it's a video signed up for tomorrow. So I've basically done a week's worth of videos, which is what I was hoping to do last week, but this week I did it. But one thing that is evident is hitting the mark is more important than just uploading something. So we are no longer, well, we never were, but this is just a thing for me to have reassurance that if I wanted to go 100% upload all the time, I could, but there's too many things I need to learn right now in terms of like how to make a video engaging, and then eventually that's going to become subconscious, hopefully, and I won't need, and I can just make a video like that, and it'll be easier. So it's one of those things where, okay, wait, before I just have this weird challenge of uploading every day or whatever, or at least one video across our channels, we're going to slow down, and we're just going to try to focus on making a really good video, which is the most important, because right now we're just trying to get our YouTube to recognize who we are and our audience, and to hopefully be there for people and listen. The only reason why I want to be there for people is so I can listen to what they want, so then I can therefore make it. Anyways, thank you for letting me ramble. Appreciate it. Needless to say, worried for tomorrow. Might be burnt out, but I'm very happy that I was able to achieve my goal this week of one video across our channels a day. Besides, of course, streaming I don't think counts, but video uploads I think do. And there's going to be a video tomorrow, so we've done it. Good. And I'm a little bit like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Because I was worried. I was like, do we just never going to have daily uploads again because of the work it takes to make these things? And it's like, well, I think if I just like schedule shit, it should work, and it did. Granted, again, like one of the videos that happened to be one of the most successful was why people are so excited for Cobalt B video we made this week. And the thumbnail I made for that is, I hate it the most. It's not very good, I don't think. It's just Cobalt looking cute with a poll question mark to her. I kind of made it haphazardly. And turns out that was a video that did the most well, and I don't think that's I can see in the analytics it's not indicative of the thumbnail, it's indicative of watch time. People watched a lot of that video, which is nice. So maybe even expect more of those types of videos in the future. I have one queued up that I want to do, which is basically my ideal team and going through Ruby and basically Lyra, which, by the way, can somebody explain to me Lyra's complexity? Because I kind of thought I get it, and I get the general idea of Lyra, but holy shit, does she have a lot of like side buffs? Like, how does she heal? And also, when you heal, is it like the Rock'em Sock'em blitz someone down that heals you, or is it just standing within her pyres? She has so many, like, Lyra looks, at least to me, by far like the most complicated character in the entire game. Maybe with exception to the strongest one, which is the fangirl. But anyways, what's good, Lone Syndicate? Thank you for letting me ramble. How has your day been, buddy? Lone Syndicate says, what's up, Grin? Not too much, man. Well, everything I just described. So actually a lot. But yes, also we have so much to do. We have dailies still to get after. We have everything, so let's get to it. We're hanging out in the meantime. Lone Syndicate says, what's on the agenda? We have Void Rift. We need to crank out. We have raids, hopefully, to crank out. We also have Fortress Clash to crank out. And then everything else I feel like I shit the bed on. Didn't do a lot of challenges this week. Didn't do a lot of support point grinding, which is probably the only other one that looks really good. Yes. Yes. Lone Syndicate says, sorry, Grin, I haven't looked into Lyra, so I can't. Gotcha. Yeah. I thought you might have, because I thought you also Lyra is so far away. I understand that it's kind of like, I don't want to go a little too quick and be like, here are all these characters, which is why I just want to be excited with people, basically, with the video that I wanted to make. Yeah. Lone Syndicate says, when I search up Tower of Fantasy this morning, your Cobalt V video, should you summon on the 4th video, it popped up. Let's go. Huge. That's awesome, Lone Syndicate. I love to hear it, buddy. Holy fuck. Again, that one video, I'm like, yes. Please, because after that video, the other video I got, because my thing is I can see what video my video is suggested against, and I have the absolute worst suggested video traffic, which is awful. Suggested traffic makes up for 70% of all video views on YouTube. So when you're watching somebody else, something pops up on the side, and most people click on that video. I have the worst suggested traffic, and I looked at basically I looked at why, and because I thought my thumbnails are pretty like suggested, like at least my understanding what suggested thumbnails look like. Like especially with the stupid meme nonsense to them. They're like, what's this fucking nonsense about? Anyways, but I can see within the traffic that it's being suggested for a long time against Wonderland videos, and I was like, no, it's not. Of course, it's not going to convert, you fucking idiot. Stop it, YouTube, please. And no, eventually it pivoted over, which is good. The Cobalt P video was suggested at least along Tower of Fantasy videos, so positive. So now I don't know what the other ones are. I don't know if the system on my channel has been like, okay, this is the new people. all right. So I'm still like, oh, please. We'll see. But yeah. Because as long as it's getting towards those people, then I just need to do a better job at optimizing and hearing them and understanding people. But if the system doesn't even give it to those people, I can't see where I went wrong. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by like when I get 10 views on a video, and I can see like none of the engagement was weird. It looks like it's just a person who misunderstood what the video was clicking on it, kind of like a Tiny Tina's Wonderland fan, which I love to bits, having seen the video and being like, what is this? Or like, this maybe is interesting. Nah, I'm not into this game, and then clicks off, which just kills the video. It's pain. Also, what are we doing? We're trying to go get. I hate, man. I wish you could just. The whole clicky bullshit when it comes to daily things is a non-issue, but it's enough to be frustrated about it, you know. Also, what is that? Absolutely no hops. Also, sorry, Matism, I just want to finish my train of thought. Matism just donated 100 bits. Thank you so much, Matism. Appreciate the support, buddy. How's your day been? If you can't handle me at my Nebus, Secondibus, then you don't deserve me at my noob. I'm lost it. Skidoo, I'm have a stroke. Okay. I'll do my best to accept all of you, I guess. I mean, but also, is that really? I'm not sure if I agree with that whole statement. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The whole like adage of like, if you don't, you know, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. No, you stop justifying your shitty part of yourself, like the shitty, dumb, horrible part of yourself. It's like you being like, I'm awful and a terrible person. I can't speak. That's my baggage. I'm an awful, terrible person, but there's sometimes I'm really good. And it's like, but you know you're terrible, so fix it. There's a problem, and you're just like, well, whatever. It's like, no, idiot. If you 100% acknowledge that this is a toxic trait that you have, and you're like, you know what? You have to deal with it. And it's like, no. Okay. At least sometimes. I get sometimes. Some people have trauma, and they're like, listen, I got cheated on by my XYZ, so I got a little bit of frustration. I'll try to work through it. I'll try to be fair, but this is my knee-jerk inclination. I'll work on it, but this is what I feel. Can you help tame this lion, essentially, that I got in my mind? And you're like, fucking sure, you're my partner or whatever. That makes sense. But other things, where it's just like, I just kind of, you know, I just really like hurting people for no reason. And you're like, okay, well, what the fuck? No, stop it. Go do MMA or some shit. Don't say this is a part of me. Anyway, I went on a tangent. Forgive me. Haven't got one of those in a while. Also, we gotta kill Razor Elites. These people over here. Lone Sinker says, well, I guess I don't have to ask you about your day. Well, that's Lone Syndicate. That's what I thought it was. Whenever you say what's up, I thought, what does what's up mean outside of another way of saying how is your day? You know what I mean? Am I fucked up in that way? I that's how I've always taken it. It was someone being like, what's up? And like the sky. No, it's like, hey, what did you do today? What's going on? What's happening with you? Like, hey, this, you know. Otherwise, I don't. Yeah. Let's go over here. Also, I still haven't cashed in my thing. Where do we go? We go to Simulacrum, I think. We go to Storicres, and then we go to you, and then we cash in this submit mission. Ooh, we got a whole ass wish. By the way, what's the damage on our wishes? We got 56, and we're 30, and baby, we're gonna get a free. We've been grinding a lot, but anyways. Is close to what I would be after coming from Genshin. It's free. It's a free bunch of wishes. Also, every like couple months we get 10 free wishes, which is pretty dope. Yeah, we're about to get that in a couple days here. The 10 normal wishes, I should say. And yeah, what a dream. Lone Sing, it says, my day was good. Watched some anime. Started that one I told you about. Did some drama. Okay. Yeah, how was it? How was the like anime secret agent spy academy cute girl fantastical? Yes. Also, you guys were a little bit. I'm sorry, a little bit close. Also, is that? Yeah, it's my. You guys can see my monitor right here. This blur. You're never gonna be able to unsee it. I'm sorry. Lone Syndicate says, oh, you're drawing? What do you end up drawing, Lone Syndicate? Also, progress update on the tablet. Any notable different things you've encountered? Have you mastered it? Has it become one with your body? You know what I mean? An extension of the self? Or do you still find yourself being like, I'm just gonna draw? You know, we have the tablet. It's fun. It's kind of like an iPad, but we're gonna go with just drawing still. I remember I feel, as much as I don't mean that as in a criticism way, by the way, I kind of it happened to me a little bit when I was trying to make thumbnails, where I knew my derpy way of doing thumbnails on my editing software, which is a video editing software, not a thumbnail editing software, but you could emulate a lot from it. And I downloaded this program called GIMP, which is like a Photoshop kind of type thing. And lo and behold, it was rough. I got like maybe like 2 hours into learning it, and it was just so slow and frustrating that I was like, I'm just gonna go back to the video one for now, and I'll come back to this. I never came back to it. I still have it. I need to do it eventually. Also, now you guys are it's all cropped weird. Anyway. There. Better. Also, this is it's my microphone giant shield. Yes. I meant to do that. Let's do this. Break my knees real quick. Zolt. Whatever that is, I guess it's an enemy. Thank God we have this. What the fuck was that grapple? Most unhelpful thing ever. Jeez. To be fair, Grin, those Wonderlands video did pop off when you were covering it. I mean, yes. Again, it's like one of the things where, and I'm feeling the same weird thing right now, man. We're like, I don't know, Lone Syndicate. Like, this is the very, I don't know, I'm not gonna say it. I usually tell you guys, this is one of those things where it's like, all I'll say is something that you can extrapolate on. When I look at the overall Tower Fantasy community, there doesn't seem to be a lot of, let's say, people who are watching, which might change in the future, you know, when eventually Genshin chills out and there's not like crazy updates after update. People will give this game more of a chance, maybe. Or it just might reach its stride, whatever. But again, that's also the beauty of us having the Share Grin channel. That way I can kind of, I'm not like, I can kind of hedge my bets in a different way, you know, in a different type of content, like reaction, goofy fun content, also anime things, stuff like that, which should be quite the blast. Did we do all of it? We did. Let's cash in that thing. Did you hear ya? Is that all of it? I guess we did. Ooh, it's maxed out. It's not good. Also, let me see what we got on the chopping block for this. This might be the first day where we do things either just by myself, or if Lone Syndicate wants to jump on, we could do it with him as well. If he wants to do some Fortress guys, but we might have to use matchmaking because we need to get this shit done. But we still got time. Ooh, they go there. Lone Syndicate says if you were a terrible person, then that is the core of you. If you are at your worst at 90% and best at 10, then no. Just I understand. I don't know, man. Like, to me, this is the way my brain kind of works in some ways, which is not a perfect way. I understand there's genuine, like, this is not a blanketed statement that can work anywhere. But when somebody says, like, you've offended me, that's not a signal for the other person to kind of like completely crumble. It's a signal for you to say, this person has power over me in which I don't want them to have. So what do I need to do to face the reasons for why that person's comment genuinely hurt me? Instead of saying like, oh, it's on the world and a variable that could never be nice to you. You could live in a world that's hell. So the fact that you're giving so much power to it as like, well, you need to stop when no one's obligated to stop. I know it's nice to, you know, appeal to the good in people and to hope that they, you know, cater to your pain. But at the same time, I just don't think it's something that you can bet on, because what if they never do? So my brain immediately goes, okay, well, what, like, if this hurts me, what about it hurts me and why is it hurting me? Usually It comes from like a deep insecurity of like, oh, well, I feel stupid, so when people call me stupid, it hurts me. You know, what do you call it? I guess in my back of my head, I guess I desperately, deeply want the approval of other people. So when somebody rejects me, it hurts even more, and I have a harsh response to that. All those kinds of things, rather than the like, it's your fault. It's everything's you know. And again, it's not that you're wrong for having an emotion. I think it's you're wrong for letting that emotion define you completely. I think that's at least that's where my brain jumps to. Again, I'm not sure if it's perfect because I also feel the people don't talk about this a lot, but the kind of like stoic kind of like if you never allow yourself to say, you know, this is kind of unfair, this is kind of brutal, then you'll usually drown in that, you know, like it's okay to feel an emotion, you know, but I just don't think it's okay to like for that to be the end. If you're like, I'm just depressed and sad and I'll only ever be what it is, you know. I think a lot of stoicism actually, which is where I'm hearing a lot of this stuff again, is more about like no, it's just important to acknowledge, like it just like as long as that's not where you end it of like I'm offended, change world, then I think you're good, you know. Same thing is like I think it's acceptable in a lot of ways to be like, hey, what do you call it, this one thing makes me upset, I would appreciate it if you held off until I can deal with it, you know, because I think that's fair. What's good, Boaty? Booty says, hi, what's good, Boaty? Alonzo says, normally when you say, what's up, it means hello. But I guess it could also mean, how's your day, so never mind. To me, I guess it could mean that too. What's up could mean hello. To me, I go by the bro code, which is one of these. But you can't do that online, so I understand. It's just one of the head nod upwards, and then a headward downwards is like, yes, yes. So I go with that. I go with that terminology. But I realize online you can't do that. So maybe the proverbial what this is literally the words "what's up." I've always considered that to be what's happening. I guess what's happening is maybe where my brain goes to. Maybe what's up is hello, and what's happening is how's your day. So. I don't know. Seems like a lot of weird, like close but not quite things. Lozig says also, it is confirmed we are not getting Cobalt. What? Oh, we are not getting. Oh, really? Oh, Fluff's not gonna like that. Fluff's not gonna, who confirmed it? Who? What? Fluff ain't gonna like that at all. Matt Mattison says, can you please do the Fortnite dance? Please? Me? Hell no. So undivided attention does not mean I'm a puppet. All right, it means you can get a response if you ever wanted to talk about things ad nauseum. But hell no. Why? That's like saying, hey, just throat punch yourself, and you're like, go ahead. You're like, no, I'm not your puppet, nor your I don't know what you call puppet. Puppet makes no sense to me. I already high-fived myself when you guys asked. Which is not really what it is. It's me being like, hey, what's up, dude? High five, high five. I'm never going to leave you guys hanging, you know what I mean? It is not, here's a command, do it. Status points are that, which is why they're called status points, because you're the freak, not me. Anyways, no, Grin, not the one other, oh, the science fellow. Oh, I see, you're watching the science one. How was it? Is it cute, the science one? I don't really understand what like the tone of it is. You know what I mean? Like, is it like a comedy? It has to be a comedy. But like sometimes there's like anime that's a comedy, but it's kind of like, what's it called? Like monotone and not very like, it's like a dry comedy. You know what I mean? It's not a very like, oh my god, slapstick, crazy, goofy. Oh my god, I fell in a woman's breast, hilarious. Oh, kind of thing. It's usually like, oh. It's like the Disastrous Life of Psyche K is kind of a mixture of every type of comedy, but Psyche K is definitely the dry, reactive kind of pace. Which, man, that show was up there for one of my favorite shows ever, and then there's just some sort of purgatory hell for the dubbing of it, which just was awful. But anyways, what's good, Raid Nate? Raid Nate says, hi, what's good, Raid Nate? How are you? Hopefully having a lovely day. Boaty says, hi, what's good, Boaty? Boaty, you ready to do some raids, some Void Rift, some Fortress Clash, maybe, possibly, who knows? I probably should get to that sooner, right? Because you probably need to go to sleep as well. If you want to play. If not, don't want to play, that's okay too. Let me know. Oh, Lone Syndicate says, it was in the dev's notes. Oh, really? Can we not do that in the Fortnite dance? Thank you, Lone Syndicate. My brother. Although autism, yeah, I don't know. I'm not part of that generation that like is. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. Hey, let's deconstruct that. Why do I have such a hard response to doing that? If Lone Syndicate was like, hey, I gave you a couple bits, do a push-up. Is that too bad? And I'd be like, nah, push-ups aren't that bad. I'll do that. Also, it's for my betterment. Why not? But I feel like the Fortnite dance is just an implement to be like, look stupid for me. Do something stupid for my amusement. And I'm kind of like, that's fucked up. So maybe that's why I feel like it's not as okay. You know what I mean? But I know there's some people who are like, yeah, whatever. Let's do it. You know? But for your boy, feels like, you trying to make some happen. Yeah. Booty says, been playing some League of Legends. Ooh, you want to kill yourself? Are you happy? Because I know a lot of people who, every time they finish, they're like, this is the worst experience of my life. Why did I do this to myself? You know, but I would assume, both being of a stronger mind, can handle it. Just like butter. Matism says, well, I didn't mean, no, I know, but Matism, you didn't need to donate. I know you didn't mean it like that. To me, it was just my response. Just my way in my head, yeah. I guess if you thought the Fortnite dance was the coolest thing ever, it'd be like, yeah, do something cool. But for me, yeah. I don't know why. I just see Ninja doing flossing, and I think, God help me. You know? Well, I don't mean it like that. I apologize. It seems like no, Matism. It was. I didn't take it that way. It was just I was trying to understand why like certain people do TikTok dances, and like I seen like celebrities and influencer stuff. People do like all these TikTok dances, and they blew up from TikTok. But in my heart of hearts, I can't. Like I just feel like this is. I probably should shut up, because if that was the determining factor for you succeeding, getting a little bit of, you know, following a trend and not igniting your other content, that would be cool. But yeah. Booty says, I can do Operation Frontier Clash and then go to sleep. Hell yeah. We can do Frontier Clash real quick. Want me to invite you? Oh, Lone Syndicate says, the dev notes said, due to copyright things, we may not get the collaboration character. May not? Because it sounded like it was like no. But maybe just mean the odds are significantly lowered. Yeah, we can do one, sure. Yeah. Semi, you want to come in too? Let's go. Let's go. Who is this? I don't know who that is. But they're there. Yeah. Lone Syndicate. Bodhi, I don't think it's logged in yet. Yep, no, he's offline. Raidney says, I'm gonna be half napping trying to watch the stream. You want let me hush you to sleep. Forgive me if I'm a little bit juiced up today. Also, Matism, what's happening in your life, buddy? It's been a hot minute. How last time I seen you were in like some sort of military type situation thing. How is the exercise life going? How is your work life going? Have things settled down, hopefully, for you? What's your job hanging out? What's happening? What game you playing? Lozica says, it is comedy, and it is funny. And the characters are very relatable. Oh, for the thing. Okay, I see what you're saying. So it's more of like it seems like it's a comedy anime. Okay, but it is funny, interesting. I might have to watch it. I may have to add it to the list. Well, I'll wait until you finish it. Let me hear about it. Oh, Bodhi says I could do that right. Grin said, or no, Lone Ticket says, Grin. I am not a sadist, so if I donate 100 bits, it would be most likely not be that. Got it. Yes, that's. I would assume the best in most people's instance, including Matism. But it's always fun to deconstruct. Where the fuck am I going? Why you have a initial proclivity to something or a hatred for an action, you know? Where is it? Challenge mode. Also, man, I need to do fucking wormhole. By the way, wormhole, it persists. So, like, if you just grind wormhole, you're getting benefits. Same as fortress, bygone phantasm. Jesus, where is it? Frontier quest I'm playing. Oh, I'm gonna need to do this twice, so we're gonna need to run it a little bit. Well, after like you can only do one bolty, and then we'll match make 2 other people. Raidnade says the sleepiness is taking over. Go to sleep, Raidnade. You know, there's a technique that you can go. It's easy to go to sleep if you focus on your breath, but not your breath, your lungs expanding. I feel like for some people this could be actually incredibly not soothing and, in fact, anxiety-inducing. But for me, it's incredibly cathartic. And yeah, what that does, focusing on your breathing, it kind of grounds you in the present moment, aka not thinking about how you did something stupid in the past, or not thinking about, oh, what am I going to do with my life and all these future fears. So yeah, grounds you within the moment of your body being like, hey, just relax. Just relax. But yeah, I'll try to come back later if you're still streaming when I'm awake. Okay, well, alright. This is a little confusing, but sure. I thought you were in bed, like, sleeping or some shit. You're trying to make an effort to not sleep. Got it. Oh no! Let's begin typing. This. Oh, also, by the way, I seen in my comments from my Cobalt B video, which, by the way, shout out to this lovely person, but they mentioned that Cobalt, her shatter was not applied in her story quest. So that was one of my takeaways when I seen the thing. I was like, I'm not really sure if I'm seeing the shatter effect of characters. They're just dying quick. And sure as shit, yeah, the shatter was not implemented when it comes to her thing in the story quest. When we got to play her, she did not have her shatter amp equipped to her character. And yeah, also, man, I would be shocked. I'd be blown away if they don't adjust Ruby. Because Ruby just looks like, I don't mean this in any which way, but Ruby just looks like a better Cobalt B. They have, except, yeah, like, I don't know. It seems really weird. If she also has fire resonance, then it's just really strange. But I also could see them not doing that, because Ruby also has some weird shit going on. Ruby's complicated as hell. I was looking at her kit, and it's pretty different. She has the ability to put like a triangle on people and like lock them down, like a CC effect every single time she hits. Her normal attack is just like a bunch of rapid hits, except she seemingly has way better range than Cobalt. And also she has a charge effect that is just a consistent damage over time effect rather than this weird like charge and then deliver a payload missile kind of thing that Cobalt has for her charge attack. Yeah, I was looking through all their kit today because I was making a video about my favorite, or like my hopeful team, which is Lyra and Ruby and Cobalt. But yeah, I'd be just really surprised if they never adjusted Ruby to be more DPS focused, because Ruby also has an insane shatter. So I'm thinking that I'm kind of hoping that they reduce Ruby's shatter and increase her CC, or just increase her damage, which to me would make the most sense, because it seems like Cobalt is way more support driven with her shatter and with some of her other things, and also her AoE and things like that. Where, what is it called? Ruby could be like the premier DPS for fire, which I think would actually make more sense. It's like literally a tiny girl wrapped in bandages who looks like an experiment. And yeah, like that would, Cobalt looks all kinds of ways, but not like a demon from hell that's gonna fuck some shit up, you know what I mean? But maybe that's where it's gonna differ. Maybe Cobalt's gonna be more of like the AoE deep, but Ruby's also AoE, so it's weird. But anyways, one thing that Ruby has is seemingly it all. Like Ruby has AoE, she has single target damage with her beam, she also has CC, but she might not have fire resonance. But with the CC benefits and all that stuff, I think it's pretty good. Honestly, I think it would do better if they just replaced her shatter stat with charge, because her people already say her charge is really good. I think if they've nuked her charge just a little bit, but then basically made it so that it was actually slightly better because of the increase to her charge and all these things, I think that would make more sense. But I just don't think they can leave it as is, because Ruby would just be the better Cobalt at this point. At least, unless somebody has a different take than me, I would love to hear it. But that's my initial understanding, at least of Ruby and her kit. Also, pain. Ba-ba-ba. Matism says, well, I'm checking in. I'm a head out for a bit. Gotcha, Matism. Have a lovely lovely day. Appreciate you stopping by all the time, by the way. I like hearing from you. Ba-ba-ba. Although, man, like, apparently Lyra, this is the good thing about Lyra. Well, I think, man, to me, I don't know, because people might have to have a different opinion on this, but it seems like Lyra and the fangirl are like the character that has unlimited elements. So people are saying that she's like one of the best characters in the game. Yeah, and she just seems like, oh, I got Harper. Sorry, she seems like her and Lyra seem like the best characters in the game. Lyra seems like the best support character in the game just because of her crazy healing, and the one person has so much utility with her elemental weirdness, and then of course there's like Merrick, who just seems like to be the tank. If you have all three of those characters, I think you just have like the pieces to consolidate an amazing team. The end, at least that's my take, but I could be wrong. But yeah, and Valkyrie, the one that we still have yet to make a dent in. But yes, pain and suffering, all that. Oh, also, yeah, on the topic of Ruby as well, I forgot to mention, she has, her normal attack seems to add like a debuff that traps people in like a burn and also a triangle, which is nuts. But Ruby also seems to have this, her dodge literally throws, I told you guys about it, like this doll that sucks enemies towards them, does an instance of damage, and also is a taunt. So maybe that's, like, again, it just, like, unless, I don't know. I don't want them to nuke Ruby's damage, because it would just be weird that her character looks like a, you know, a fucking child from hell, only to then be like, eh, she's okay. He's kind of like a, oh, great. How do you dodge that, man? Brutal. First time I died, though, so at least there's that. And of course, her health bar is, actually, it didn't reset. I think it doesn't take away your progress for the first health bar. I think it's when you have like a couple health bars in, like the last health bar, that's when it resets to the last one, I think. Which sucks, by the way. It's incredibly shitty. Especially when they make like characters have that like instant kill, hard as hell to dodge ability. I would hate for what you call Valkyrie to be a raid boss, because it's just, I think she is actually. I think Valkyrie and Frigg is a raid boss. I just made a video about the raid boss, the first raid boss specifically, and woof. The thing that, like, you're gonna be fighting Valkyrie who has those crazy attacks, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Seems like bullshit. Seems like some fucking whale bait nonsense. Please reach. Oh no, we teleported to Bolty. Or she did. Whatever. Oh yeah, we still hit. I guess we dodged it that time, but jeez. Run. Was I the only one who lived through that? Nope, Bolty lived. Let's go. Let's go. I gotta add this. Oh, I fucked up. Thank God we didn't use up that. Go. Also, I still don't know if a Cobalt B, can she get knocked out of her E? I guess it doesn't last that long, so you don't really need to worry too much. Holy shit. Jumping seems to be the key to fighting what's her name, Valkyrie. Of course, this week's elemental buffs are goddamn fire. Oh, look at that perfect dive from dodge. Oof. Do this. Get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there. One day, we might get down 2 health bars. But till then, rough. Real rough. Did we get anything good? Nope. Pain. Pain was our reward. Oh, Lone Syndicate says each character fits a different personality, like otaku, smart person, zero romance experience, the reasonable one. Oh, I see. So each one has a character type. What he says, we can do another one. Okay, cool, sweet. This, frontier clash, go. Hard mode, this, match. Lone Syndicate says, alright, Grin, what's the next video? How to beat Valkyrie. Korean free raid boss. That one, I was gonna make a joke about it, but yeah, the whole idea of like, oh, by the way, we're 2 weeks delayed. But I thought, that might fuck up retention a little bit. People will be like, what is he talking about? Also, I don't want people to not want to subscribe because I'm delayed. Even though they could be watching this like 2 months in the future, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, when will we have enough strength? Well, again, I don't even know, man. I want to say Cobalt will be the turn for us where we start actually feeling like, okay, now I feel comfortable investing and superseding this character as much as possible. But I think you need more than one character to do that, unfortunately. So, again, it seems like it's a catch-all of like, do you farm for armor? Do you farm for weapon materials? Yeah. I'll feel better when we get to like level up rank 70, or level 70, sorry. Level 70 to me will make making this a little bit better to deal with. Also, I started it because I have no chill. I just want to get going. By the way, your raid video was well. Thank you, Multi. I appreciate that. I was trying to. I like that I was able to incorporate people in it, like the stream. But yeah, to me, I was like, maybe I could have added a segment where we go over the boss's attacks, but it just seemed like the only one that was a really bad one was the giant throw, and sometimes he lunges at you. But ultimately, I think the raid boss can be made significantly simpler if you just can play conservatively. I think the worst case scenario is 2 people die right in the middle. You know. Now, granted, some people don't have ranged weapons, so that can be a little tough, which is why maybe it's best to go with some support weapons. But I also wish I would have. I think I maybe did a good enough job about saying how, like, yeah, it's having a couple people. That's why it's like rolling the dice is pretty good, because sometimes you just need to find like a person who has decent CS, whether they got lucky or whether they're a whale, who knows. But just the person that basically can kind of get your head above water is kind of nice. AKA like a person with high CS is nice to do that. So you're gonna get in the habit of like rolling the dice again. But yeah. Come on. What is going on? Those things have hella tracking, man. Have a little bit of your own medicine. Oh, someone's healing the shit out of me. Also, I never noticed there's a tiny little man in there shooting us, lighting us up. Also, I hope Fluff's doing good, by the way. Fluff has messaged me and been like, hey, yeah, everything's been a lot. Like, got it, 100%. Take care of yourself, buddy. That's all I care about. But that's where he's been. He's been getting after his job, his new job. He's been being a little bit. But yes. Go. Yeah, guys, by the way, I know I probably sound like a broken record, but I'm so happy that Frigg video did well. Because otherwise, like, it's funny, because I looked into all this stuff, because I was like, I think, I have an inclination that I think it's the, like, YouTube doesn't know who my audience is now, so it's basically stuck in this state. And that's what everyone, whenever I looked it up, basically, that's one thing I heard a lot of people refer to the beginning of your channel basically being like what they call survival mode. So you're basically trying to get one video to pop so that you can then learn from that popping. You can see when people tuned out, you can see how people got really interested, all those kinds of things. Also, Bolty, before you leave, I was going to ask everyone this towards the end, but if Bolty's got to get out of here after this, I was going to ask him, Bolty, if you could go to the Brothers GRINN channel right now, what's the thumbnail, out of the last 5 thumbnails that are listed there, what's the one that stands out the most to you? And or what's the one you like the most? I was going to ask you guys this later, but I guess we can ask it now after we're done killing the boss. We can take a minute. Although I didn't check out what this week's Void Rift was, because that's a little tough. Let's see. Hopefully it's not an undoable boss. Ooh. One thing is you need something with either deep pockets or incredible luck to take on them raid bosses. I think tier 1 is to me pretty doable. Again, I think, like, especially when you can go an hour, and most of the time, like, it's funny, the raid bosses either go, you kill them in the first 10 minutes, or you have to, it may not even be enough for an hour. I mean, it's weird. So you can usually tell at the beginning, which is why I think it's good to tell people to be like, I think you got to get used to like rolling the dice and observing and being like, yeah, we're like 10 minutes in and we're got to health bar and a half. I mean, if this, like, if nobody else dies, this will be the concurrent momentum. That's not great. So yeah, let's be a little safe. Let's reset it. You know what I mean? But largely, I think, again, if people just stayed alive, the consistent damage over time, that would be good. Even if you're, I should have mentioned this also in the video, which I regret. Like, even if you're just staying alive, the reason why that rule is also important to just kind of value your own life and stay alive in the raid is because even if you're not doing a lot of damage, you're still an aggro point that can make it so that the boss doesn't attack the people who basically do a lot of damage but can't find a window. So the fact that you're even just staying alive, and that's why I think also people being ranged is pretty good, as long as you're not like dragging the boss incredibly far away. Yeah, then you're good. But I will agree that like the raid bosses largely just seem like a damage check, which is a little unfortunate, but again, hopefully, I'm really hoping that like once we get Cobalt, I'll be able to get my head on my ass and like get some shit done, because it's kind of I feel like that's the state in which I'm in right now. Don't why? Sometimes he just does a drop kick for no reason. Try to stay in the air as much as I can. It's death. But yeah, I've been heavily resistant to actually upgrade my my weapons, which is stupid. I haven't also grind up my level all the way. Yeah, so as soon as I get Cobalt, I feel like, okay, now this is one weapon that I'll supersede as much as I possibly can. And then man, it's tough, because if I'm hell-bent on getting my 3 characters, which is Cobalt, Ruby, and Lyra. Lyra seems like it's one of the best supports in the game, so eventually if I want to get the most out of Lyra and also be like the best healer in the game, it seems like, or at least one of the best healers in the game for, of course, raids and whatnot, Lyra and another healing weapon is incredibly nice. And I have 2 copies of the staff, so part of me is like, well, maybe we should level up the staff then if that's an inevitability. Especially when we're kind of waiting to get Ruby, because I kind of don't mind, as much as I say, like, I think Ruby, just if nothing changes, Ruby just seems like a better Cobalt with her like CC application. But I think they're gonna change Ruby, because it just seems like it seems like the thing that people say that they're trying to avoid, which is power creep. It seems like they're just doing it in a different way, which I don't think is the case. I think they're probably gonna adjust Ruby to be more DPS focused, which just makes sense with her character kit. If it's not the case, then fuck, that sucks. But even still, Cobalt, Ruby, having 2 copies of Cobalt on your team, I don't think would be a bad thing. Especially considering how crazy Ruby's charge is. But yeah, also 2 fire characters, so you get fire resonance and all that stuff, you know? Although Lyra does seem like her best version of Lyra is the 2 healer weapons on her character. Although, because I have never seen anyone, I tried to find videos of Lyra, and I haven't seen anyone talk about Lyra in regards to her DPS resonance, essentially, where like if you have 2 attack resonance, she becomes different. I haven't seen many people say like, oh, this is good for like passive damage or something. So I'm like, oh, okay. Which is weird. I feel like it would be the opposite. I feel like if you had 2 attack weapons on your character, there'd be a greater need for healing. And if you had 2 healing weapons, the thing that you would need more is attack for one of your healers. So like you would need one of your healers to be more attack focused, because you have 2 healers, so one of them needs to become more attack focused to kind of maintain damage output. But instead it's like, no, you just become hella proficient in the one thing that you do. So, okay, kind of like, well, fuck you, I guess. Who would be a character you would want to get after those 3? Well, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, well, honestly, it'd just be a dude character. It'd be like an actual, like, dude, bro. Yeah, that'd be it. But the other one that I think is probably going to have to be a gap in between Lyra. I think Ruby's going to come out pretty soon here. Honestly, what I think is going to be the rotation of people coming out is Ruby is probably going to be next. Although they may not do 2 fire characters at once, so that may not be right. This is why people are saying that actually the next character might be the fangirl, because she's in the event for Vera, and I think Vera is actually, that's one of the cornerstones of Vera. I think she's a Vera character. But yeah, I don't know. To me, the fangirl, I think if the fangirl comes, basically, whoever her name is, I think most people should get her, which sucks because say if you have Cobalt, say if you have Lyra, doesn't matter because you have a character that can basically be whatever element that they want. Actually, maybe Lyra doesn't count because I don't know if she can be physical, but the fangirl I think can be any element that she wants. So yeah, you just get resonance essentially, and resonance seems pretty good, and also the fangirl has great AOE. It's like one of those things. It's one of those things like, well, fine. But yeah, also, what is with all the messages? What's going on? Oh, I maxed out on my thing. That's what's happened. But this, and then, let me see, enhance. What do we want to enhance? What has good rerolling proficiency? Let's see. Pants have Volt Attack. It's kind of good, at least for right now. Volt Attack. Maybe we should just level up our boots. So boots did get crit. Let's level up our boots. Why is it? Yeah, don't put that on there. Put this one on there at least. It was about to burn up my star one. Sure, we'll do that. Infuse. There must be something else that's like, I have thousands of pants, maybe? That looks kind of like what it is. Boots, maybe? What's arm? Got tons of armbands. Let's infuse. No, select. And just don't put on all of the good ones. Actually, it doesn't matter, I guess. We can put on another one of those. Go! Frost attack. Fuck you. It's always giving me frost attack. Anyways, mail. Also, thank you so much for playing with me, Bolty. Also, Bolty, again, if you could do me a solid and actually go to your... Oh, we got pants. Random stats, claim. Oh, I wish I would have looked at that. Shit. But yeah, Bolty, before you leave, could you go to the Brothers Grin channel and just quickly tell me whatever, out of all the first 5 thumbnails that are listed from this week, which one stood out to you? And then which one do you like the most? Which may be different, actually, in hindsight. Maybe a little different. Also, backpack is full. Yeesh. Do I have all that least? Hopefully. Also, we are not going to be doing the event on this stream, because I would like to say that for when we actually could cover it in a better way, or like basically permanently on our YouTube video. So, yes. But we do have Vetra orienteering here. We could turn in this to be a good old friend to our people. We have phase 2 here, which, yes. Yes. Also, why didn't I... Oh, there's more of that. Also, I never cashed in that, did I? Well, shit. Oh, this is... Okay, I was gonna say, we did that accidentally, which is just get 3 chips. Okay, so phase 2 comes with different missions in both categories. That's kind of cool. Do we get, yeah, we get access to the more wishes. Let's go. And max that shit out. Bang. 2 more nucleus, baby. What else do we get? I kind of need the weapon bits. And that's nice, too. Long thing it says, if Lynn is next, I'm having to skip Cobalt. You gonna skip Cobalt, you traitor? You traitor ass bitch. How can you do that? Man, if that is the case, Lone Syndicate, if that is the case and we happen to get Cobalt without it, like, it being the worst possible outcome, then I'm gonna be like, oh, the god of fate took care of me. You know what I mean? Oh. But yeah. Oh wait. So wait, Lone Singer. What are you gonna do then? Because if Lynn is next, are you not gonna wish for Cobalt day 1? Because I don't think usually it takes us like a good bit into a banner before we get like a hint at what's happening. Or do you think there'll be like, or maybe there's not. Maybe there's some sort of like leaked pages that do shit differently. Bolty says aggro in raid usually is on top DPS. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I guess Bolty, but I also think that I think it correlates in a different way. I've noticed that the top DPS also happens to be the most aggressive. Like, yeah, it's like the guy who's a mile back doing archery doesn't tend to get locked in, especially when there's thousands of Samirs fucking him up in all like those kinds of ways. But yeah. Maybe they do have that coded in though, but I didn't notice that when we were playing, because I think you were up there for the top, and I didn't notice that he wasn't completely gunning at you all the time, but maybe he was just trading aggro from the first 2 highest DPSs. But wouldn't you just basically do that as much as you possibly can, like stay on one side, and then he would just keep pivoting like that in the middle? But he says, so the other usually just die from those area attacks, so I can think you already did a good job explaining the area. Thank you. But he says, I'm kind of biased about this. But that would be the one with Saki from the event. It seems, but content-wise, probably the raid one is nice. Okay, but yeah, okay, no, man, I was hoping that was the case. Okay, thank you so much, Bolty, because Bolty's referring to I can show you guys real quick. Sorry, this is gonna be quite the detour, but then we're gonna go do the other things. Let me pause this. You started it. You started the whole thing. Now I gotta go quickly explain. Oh god damn it! I should be logged into the right Oh no, I'm not because of this weird dumb bullshit. I guess go this.
Yesterday was really bad.
Actually, no, I should be listed here. My suggested videos. There we go. Press GRINN. All right. So yeah, Boti. Let me do this. Let me do this. All right. Can I close? I guess you guys can see my fucking thing. This is a little weird, but anyways, let's go. This. Okay. So, Boti's referring to this one, which I think this one stands out good a bit. It's got that contrast, the blue and orange. I like that one quite a bit. But what do you call it? This one I thought was like a fucking banger thumbnail. I did this cool thing where like I blurred out everything, but I kept the face and the eyes and the other parts, which were things that the human brain has a specific part of their brain that's locked in, that like is drawn to. So I thought this should work, and it kind of has. It's out of all the views that we currently have, that one's going up there. Also, it's kind of bad because it's an event video, and event videos have a high time cap essentially on them. Eventually they'll just die because it's old news. But I thought that was a pretty good way of like doing the whole thing. Also, if we go to, give me a sec, this, I did the same thing, that cool like blur, but like pull out the color kind of thing on our stream with this one too. You guys can see that one, it's hard to see because it's kind of so small, especially with decompression and all that stuff, but this one also had that same effect of like keeping the face, which is what the thing with the human eye is the most drawn to, in focus, and also amping up the colors, in which I also highlight, and then adding darken around them, and then also adding blur, which kind of just makes your eye sprint right into the main target. Anyways, thumbnail analysis weirdness aside, yeah, if you guys want to tell me what thumbnail stood out to you, and you don't want to actually hoof it all the way to the previous thing, like go to the channel essentially, which thumbnail stood out to you in this lot? Specifically these top 4. Maybe not even this one, but these top 4. What thumbnail stood out to you? Close your eyes, open your eyes again, slowly. Where does your eye go? Hopefully not to me. I was gonna ask you guys this towards the end, but Boldy's gotta go, so we're doing this. Lone thing, it says the Claudia thumbnail. Okay, so your eye goes to the Claudia thumbnail. The red captures your attention a little bit. Okay, that makes sense. It adds up. Holding the mug, just the weird old hands. Boldy says I'm kind of biased because that. Lone thing says I'm no traitor. My heart has always been set on Lynn. Everyone else. There's all waifus, but Lynn is the wife. I got what you're saying. Bodhi says, and also, I'm probably saving my black nucleus, or my black gold, sorry, for the future Frig 3-star. Your black gold? Oh, well, so you're not spending your black gold? Wait, because, well, I thought you couldn't spend your black gold. Yeah, I think that's how it works, right, Bolty? What do you mean you're saving your future black gold? Because I thought your black gold, I thought like it doesn't matter if you spend your black gold. You only have like limited, or is black gold the limited banner currency or something? I thought black gold was referring to the standard banner. I'm waiting to, I see what you're saying. So you're gonna keep hoard your black gold until, also you can just spend a little bit if you happen to get a character, but if you're not, yeah, wait and until you get a big Pooba, and then you'll just basically buy her as soon as she gets added, if she gets added, which is the thing. The red didn't catch my eye. It's the hands that caught my attention. That's interesting because I don't think many people would see the hands. Maybe. The focus point is usually on the eyes. Usually your first thing you see is the eyes. But yeah. Anyways, great. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Curious what you guys thought. Yeah, especially considering, like, again, sometimes I'm just hunting for, like, feedback that is feedback from the person, the type of person that watches these kinds of videos, which is tricky, to say the least. F11, I guess. There we go. Close that. All right, let's go do some Void Rift Lone Syndicate. I do believe Boti said he got to get out of here. But Boti, thank you so much for playing with us. We always treasure you. Let's do this. Let us go start the thing. Void Rift. Let's see, let me get a buff actually before we go do that. Boom. Actually, I don't know if that carries over. Void Rift. Nope. Void Rift. Oh no! It's the one. Maybe we don't do Void Rift. this week. Oh, Bloody, I wish you would have told me. Oh, it's the dreaded machine gun menace. Oh no. Shit. We could try it. We might not. We lose nothing if we can't do it. But we could try it. We could try it once, and then I think we're good. I have 2 attempts. I'm not sure where you're at, Lone Syndicate, but I have 2 attempts. Probably the same as me. I think we play all the time. We're together, so. I think Monday is when it resets, right? I can forget what it says, but even regardless. Well, no, I don't think it goes Monday, Tuesdays when we get 2 charges. I think it's just Monday, maybe, or Tuesday. So we'd be maxed out, but then we would need to do it Thursday. Or Tuesday, Jesus Christ. Tricky. Best time, 6 minutes. I wish it told you when you get stacks of these. I thought it did somewhere, but then I'm blind, so I have fucking no idea. Does it say here anywhere? I don't think so. Nah. I'm waiting till frig. Bully says F. Unless he goes, I'm gonna be real. I mainly play Tower Fantasy. Only when you play together on stream. I was gonna say, are you enjoying Tower Fantasy? Because that's the thing. I tend to think that maybe you're still enjoying Genshin to the extent, but you maybe didn't ever really connect with Tower Fantasy in the same way. Maybe I'm curious because I thought the same thing. Where like, what do you call it? You have like when you really like things, you tend to go really hard into them. And I've seen that that's maybe not this case this time around, so I'm curious. Well, he says if you have the shield, you can pop that in front of her, and she will do nothing. Then, oh, let's see. I think I might have it, but I don't know if I have it. Like I have pieces of it. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Also, who is this person? Blue Blaze. We're doing relic. That's where we need to go. I have not locked in a lot of my relics for whatever reason. I don't. We're close though. We have shreds and shards of it. But yes. Submit. Go to the store, I guess. God damn, we can get nothing over here. It's painful. I feel like this is the last thing that's like harder to get. I kind of want to spend my money, but how many can you get? Seems like an infinite. Yeah, you could get 21. Woof. I guess it's like takes 30 to get a level up, so yeah, it's not as crazy. Yeah, let's run it. I don't have this shield thing, but maybe there'll be like a tank or something. Looks like I think we're gonna try it once, have fun, probably fail, then wait to do it on Monday or Tuesday. Let's run it. Matchmake. No thing it says, I'm enjoying Tower Fantasy. It's just that I know I now have my PS5. Oh, right. With the new games to play, and the 2 main reasons I play Genshin like I did was 1, nothing else was coming out. 2, yes, that makes sense. Yeah. Let's get this. We're gonna die. I will not have this negativity. We got it. It's gonna be like totally fine. Probably. Most likely. Are there only 3 of us? Because if there's only 3 of us, no, it's okay. It's just taking time to load in. Woof. Anyways, yeah. No, I guess that makes sense. So you're just waiting basically for there to be like a lull, and then you probably will get into it, or it's probably like an ease of access issue as well. Like the fact that it's what do you call it? Takes such a long time to load into something. I bet is annoying. Like ease of access, I think, is 90%. Of convenience is what people call it. Convenience. I think it's like 80% of why people get something done or do something in a way, which is why like Amazon is like just brilliant in a whole kind of crazy way, where they're like you just literally save all your data and you can just purchase anything immediately. Oh, so that person killing it? Yeah, yes. Take one of them. What's that? You gonna take the other one? Can we go left? Yeah, we can. No one went left. Bodhi says, bro, you went in as 2. No, I didn't. Fine, I think I don't know how to operate a menu. No, I do. I also don't. So, yeah. Fair criticism, or a goof. Give it down. I also could equip the other thing that we have, that weird thing that we do in raid bosses, that tube that I think would not just break immediately as well. So that's kind of nice. We could try doing that as well, just to keep ourselves alive when she starts getting real bullet hosey. I was gonna say, man, the next game that I'm looking forward to, I think is what is it called? Forspoken. I don't think there's any game coming. Oh, sorry. Then there's God of War, and God of War probably comes out before that. Actually, maybe. I thought God of War comes out early next year, like January. But I don't know. A part of me thinks Forspoken may come out before that. Also, Forspoken looks like a great game. Like it's one of those ones where I remember like when I had doubts, but because it got delayed to like such a crazy extent, I actually think it's gonna be great. Like, I think if there was a point where it probably would have been Garbo, but yeah. But honestly, man, the game that's exciting me the most right now is that game I talked about to you guys yesterday called Bone Lab. Just looks nuts. Looks like it's really good. It's unfortunately it's VR stuff, but still, I say unfortunately because most people don't have VR, but yeah. I don't know if we've gotten all of them. Keep exploring, I guess. We only got 12 seconds. We got plenty of time. Yeah, I guess we keep looking. Start divvying up my stuff. Okay, I'll give that to requires that. I know you can make requirements. That's cool. Do that. Give the 2 to you. I'll keep my Volt because I like Volt a lot. Give that to you. Poet, I'll give to, I guess, you. I'll keep Volt. Into Anyway. Lone Syndicate says, Graham, what are you talking about? God of War comes out next month? Of course it does. Of course it does. Yep. Yeah. Also, I have too many Vault. Does anyone need a Vault? No one needs a Vault. I can give it to Lone Syndicate. Just fucking. I did not know that. Yeah, September. Or the 9th. Sorry, the 9th of October. Never mind. This could be. Wait. That's like next week. What? My high? What's going? Really? The next. Oh, no, you mean the next month, the 9th. So not October, November 9th. Okay, that makes more sense. I was going to say, what? The 9th meaning, like, yeah, we're, okay. Took a while, but we got there. It's a month away. I think we're ready to go. Why am I leading charge between, like, this little demon? So how did she break her shield so quickly? Also, uh-oh. So many bombs. Lone Syndicate still getting lit up. Because missiles hurt. Nope. This. Man, she just seems like she looks at you and you just get clipped. I'm terrified for how Samir has cradled me in such a way that makes me, like, I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm going to get to Cobalt and be like, oh, I actually felt that when I was playing her in the story mode. I was just like, oh, you know, you're like, you can't just stay in the air for the entire fight and be extremely okay, you know? Huh. Also, woof. Oh, that hurt a lot. It's not only does this boss have like an extraordinary amount of damage, but they're also like, what if she also had the most amount of health a person could have? Ain't that a great? Just the best. What's your problem? Damn you. Ooh, one hit, you just get lit up. Oasis is coming in huge. Chain healing people. Yeah, I feel like I should just spam the one thing. Uh-oh. I feel like if I'm in the air, I'm pretty safe with that attack. Oh my god, where I didn't realize how, yeah, never mind. Who knows what's happening? Soaking in that damage. Let's get really dicey. She's looking at me. Get out of there. Get out of there. Specifically stay up in the air. Oh. Also, did the one person spectate and not know that you can like stay, you can come back in the fight? Because she's almost dead? Because I don't only see 3. And everyone's made that mistake once, I think. But still, a bit rough. Shit. Does so much damage. Oh. Golly. We're so close. If I can at least get this down to 2, I don't think in 2 days we're gonna get two of these down, or like two charges on these, so we can definitely wait for Tuesday. But as long as we're not capped on 30, and then they're like, I don't know, maybe Monday and Tuesday is a thing. I'd probably not. I couldn't see it being the case, but yeah, yeah. It'd be nice to have a little bit of matrices, maybe. Break so we can have an opening, goddamn you. Good, okay. We can also get a heal, that'd be great. Oh, I didn't do it. I had to fucking switch the thing. Of course. Get the fuck out of the sky. I shot one of his bombs. Oh, I think she like screwed herself, basically. Uh-oh. Panic! Holy shit! We can do this! Come on, baby! My boy Mikey! Mikey, Mikey, come on! Alright. Whew. Tricky. But hey, we did it. Hey, your boy was, I don't know what I did. I healed. Your boy! And I do not have Nemesis. It's not the worst. But nice. I can wait to do it next day because it's just so much. Out of all the bosses we fought, it's by far the one that's the worst. Go, Gray, you killer! Wait, what is there a cooldown, Lone Syndicate, on reviving, or is it like does it get exponentially worse? Is that kind of the thing? Because I feel like that maybe something I'm not aware of. I mean, it is in Fortress Clash, but I don't know. Maybe it's not in this one, but I think it is. But also, so Lone Syndicate, do you have any things like these little gates that have the triangles? Which actually at this point I might have enough, but I just the one thing I noticed I never have. I always have cube, and never the triangles. Also, I don't have many like tier 3 of them either, so it's kind of shitty. But yeah. Oh, my stomach be grumbling. You get 3 chances to get picked up. After that, you just dead. Are you sure, Lone Syndicate? Because I thought there were a moment when I died in there, and then I hit the button to ping back there. Or is that only when you fall off the edge? Because yeah, I could have sworn like if you don't hit spectate, doesn't it still go? I thought that was something that I did accidentally and it just kills you outright. Only when you fall off the edge. Oh, okay. I always thought it was even if you do die, you just wait. You just don't hit spectate, and then eventually it'll cue you back to the center plate, and then you'll just hit the top right corner and teleport. I thought I had that happen to me, but maybe that was just a big misunderstanding that I was under for a while. But that's why I kept saying, why aren't people loading back in? Maybe Tuesday, remind me to test that, because you're probably right, but I could have sworn there was some weird thing there. Or like, I remember when you hit spectate, you kill yourself. Or like, you don't get to do the thing.
The joke yesterday was really bad, wasn't it?
There also could have been a moment where I died and then I fell off. Maybe. So like I was in the cradle position, then I just revived. That'd be a good tactic. If there was like an open part where you could fall off the map, or if you're about to die, just hoof it off the other side of the map, kill yourself basically really quick. Oh, I turned on put on my lid wrong. There we go. Lone Ticket says, oh, yeah, I thought you were replying to the the mirror thing. I could start with this one. Not sure if you want to do these two. Now that maybe what's a name that's coming down the pipeline, you could turn your back on Cobalt. What is it about Lynn that is it? Because to me, describe it. It's like if you're talking about your digital waifu, girlfriend, whatever, as cringe as that may be. Why? Why Lynn? Because all I see, it's cute. It's cute. She's cute. She got little. I just feel like the braid is cute. The like military outfit kind of cute, but I don't know. I feel like I prefer Claudia's look if we're going for like the militaristic kind of thing, or is it just her weapon? Maybe it's just the weapon and the way it looks. No thing that says, I don't care if it's cringe. I'll yell it. I'll yell it at you if you want me to. Hit me with it. What is it about her specifically that you like? Because I can tell you a whole world about Cobalt. I like the tattoos. I like the badass aviator glasses. I like the pigtails. I like the color match. I like the glowing orange eyes. Love all that. I also like her kit, her just weapon itself. It's incredibly splashy and crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna wait so I can see what you see. I know it takes time to communicate feelings in the depths of your soul, Lone Syndicate, but I'll be patient. I will say this one's Bolty's like favorite, I think. I don't know why no one talks about Ruby. Like I don't. It's not. I'm actually worried because I made a video talking about like my three most interesting characters, or characters I'm most interested in, I should say. Ruby's one of them, and I talked about her design being like there's no one close to Ruby. Like there's no person who's this short, this weird, this like goofy, this like a demon person. You know, like yeah. Also, there's no one who has a weapon that's like her. That's the other thing. Like to me, as much as I understand where people might like Lynn because of her weapon with the fens, I understand how people could like her. Actually, that's the thing. I don't really understand how people could like this person. The dual katanas I get is a cool thing, but as far as like weapons being super weird and different, I think Ruby's is the most weird and different, and then followed up by probably Lyra probably has the most unique weapon. At least I think she just like these two giant mechanized arms that cover so much ground. By the way, crazy. Oh fuck, Bolty's still here. What the fuck, Bolty? You must be asleep, man. Have you seen her reveal trailer, dude? Please watch that, Saki's. Can we do it on Tuesday? Or not, sorry, can we do it on Saturday so we have something to watch at that point? I had to burn Vitality fast. What? What do you mean? Sure, okay, we'll do it then. Perfect. Have you ever seen the wheelchair? Okay, so on the topic of Lynn, why Lone Syndicate likes her look so much. It's the nice long black hair and the sense of authority. Okay, powerful ass woman. I see what you're doing. Sparks, don't you do this? Don't you do this? I told you. No one ever has the time to spend 2 hours with me. So yes, I'll read your message in a minute if I know what it is about. Okay. Anyways, black hair, like a classy president vibe, like class president. Yeah, that's the same thing. That's when I look at it, I think class president, 100%. And it's the weapon, and what you mean, Grin? Lin's fan, if one is one of the most unique weapons in the game. Yeah, no, I agree. Lin's fan's up there. Lin's fan's pretty unique, but I'm not sure if it's as unique as these giant colossus arms that are like hovering either side of you, just lighting stuff up. You know what I mean? Nor is it as crazy as this little girl has like a spinal cord snake coming out of her and just rips things up, just like a bunch of digistructing laser beams coming out of thin air, eviscerating people. You know what I mean? She's like, here's wind, here's lots of wind, fire wind, electro wind. You know, not trying to, just saying. As far as like, I agree, Lin is third most unique weapon in the game, but Ruby's insanely weird. We're talking about weirdness. We're not talking about cool factor. We're not talking about like awesomeness, efficiency. We're just talking about a fan is a weapon. A fan blade is a weapon. I've never seen giga fucking giant mech arms that float to your side as actual weapons, and or a weird orb thing that rips up everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You say. Let's do this. Spark says, for those guys who need context, Sparks cashed in an absolute abundance of status points yesterday, and I had the conversation with him. Hey man, the thing with status points is you need to be here towards the end to remind me, and or to be the person that's like, hey, yes, because if you're not here, then it's just weird. It's just like I'm begging someone to whip me, and then I get my reward at the end. No, it's suffering. It's not good for me. So if no one's gonna hold me what do you call it, accountable, then no, because then I'm just the weirdo with twisting my nipples as I get hit. No, it's supposed to be one of those things where it's like, this is the process. You are the person divvying out some bullshit, and I'm the person having to bear with it. All right, and lo and behold, Sparks made it to like the hour 30 mark basically, and then he went quiet for a while. I even waited there for a little bit being like, Sparks, anybody? No. Nothing. I even felt bad. And it's funny, Sparks, I probably should have just did it in the stream, because I ended up doing it when I worked out. I had chest recovery stuff today, so I did that, basically push-ups and whatnot. But I don't know, man. When you're about to end the stream, you're like, it's like not a thing where like, yeah, let's do that. When you're like, you're listening to music, you're listening to how to like grind YouTube audiobooks, and you're just getting after it. It's like, okay, this is fucking good, you know? But Spark says, by the way, I'm so mad I wasn't paying attention at the end of yesterday's stream. Okay, I was about to say, Sparks, because I was like, were you here, or did you like get up and like your daughter had to do something, so you had to go help or something? Like, I was thinking, what perfect timing. And then there was a moment where Lone Syndicate was like, hey, I want to ask you about that, Lone Syndicate, by the way. How do you like the assassin, the perfect Dishonored play guy that I sent you? But anyways, Lone Syndicate towards the very end was like, hey, could you find that thing you told me about? So I said yes. In the back of my head, I'm like, watch fate be cruel, and then Sparks be like, I'm here to do the thing. So I'm like, ah, shit, I was so close. So I was waiting. Sparks says, I was here. I literally messaged as the stream ended. Oh, I never seen that, Sparks. I guess maybe we ended it too quickly. But I even wait to see like what other upcoming things happen. But sometimes the chat doesn't refresh in a weird way. But yeah, I was waiting, man. I was waiting. I even mentioned it by name of like, Sparks not here? You must have really been lost in thought. But if you stay here to where about like 40 minutes away, you stay here for that last one. We'll do this one. Nah, Sparks, you wasn't here. Yeah, I was about to say, I never seen the ending thing either. But sometimes Twitch is weird with like especially when you end the stream. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, you put a message there, but it didn't get there. That's usually when the stream has already been shut off. Losing says, I will say Ruby's weapon is out there for weapon. Okay, good. I'm about to say, hopefully it's that. Come to a concession or whatever it's called. He cashed in 5 to be exact. Yeah, 5. He did cash in 5, but that does not mean that we get to do 6 now. No, we do 1. It's a reset. Yeah. You sons of bitches. Ah, man. All right, let's do this. Got some resin to burn real quick. Also, we might grind a little bit of Bygone Phantasm because I need to make a dent in that. Whew. Buddy says, I maxed out my equipped weapon now. GG. Nice, Buddy. Nice. Hella efficient. How does the saying go? Character is what you do. What's around? What? Hey, I did do it, you son of a bitch. So there you go. There you go. I ended up doing it, but even if I didn't, I ended up doing it when I was working out, like a couple minutes later. But that was after I did swings and got into it. Anyways, but I call bullshit. Okay, that's like saying, what do you call it? You make some sort of weird deal with someone that's like, hey, can I pay you $10 to smash you in the face? And then you're like, yeah, but if you show up here at this time, also, no, this is what it's like. It's like, hey, I'm gonna pay you $10 to smack me in the face. It's like, cool, let me go get like this helmet that says explicitly in the text that says, hey, I get to wear a helmet so I don't get knocked the fuck out and brain damage. And you're like, sure, I'm okay with that. And then I go to put on the helmet and then you're gone. And then I had the money in my hand still. And I'm like, well, how is this on me? Do I get to fucking smack myself? Just no. I will not accept. Even if it did make sense, no. Okay? There's a whole transactional thing here, okay? With status points. What is it? Why? System overload, try again later. What? What's happening? I don't like that. Why did it say system overload? That freaked me the fuck out. My PC having a problem, have a hard time, or is this a server maybe? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Go. Let's go to a different server. It's freaking me out. Spark says, I was there, but absolutely zoned out. Okay, I was about to say, because I was surprised, man. Especially when you catched in 5 and you were like doing it every couple minutes. I noticed stuff. We started talking about like some sort of weird thing that was like weird YouTube grind stuff. And I noticed that you didn't comment for a while. So like I probably tuned out and started getting into whatever game you were playing or whatever. and then we didn't hear from you for a while. So I'm like, we made a shaking him. Let's go. Why? System overloaded. Why is it not letting me play? Oh, maybe that's why it thinks we're still in a game together. Oh, that's what's happened. Lone Syndicate must have crashed or something, or maybe just disconnected. Yeah, that's probably. I didn't need to change servers. I just didn't know that. Lone Syndicate says, not gonna lie, Grin, I only watched like a min of it, then went off, but I haven't watched it. Okay, that's what I say. Yeah, because it's definitely one of those. It's one of those videos or one of those channels that is probably best consumed at least one video, at least to understand what it's all about, kind of thing. Ideally, I would suggest the probably most popular Dishonored videos, because he does go back and like replay missions, but sometimes like some of his best work is when he like had time to go grind. Like his newest videos aren't indicative of his best work, I guess. It was just interesting, but it's kind of the idea of like, well, if you were to play this level 100 times and you would have to come up with different ways to beat it perfectly, yeah, like live, die, repeat style, then yeah, it'd be a bit scattered, you know. But yeah, it's definitely not one of those things where you can watch it for a minute and be like, this is, yeah, I'm not into it. It's like, no, you gotta see when things like, because maybe half of the like the first couple moments are like him getting like really stupid, not very engaging kills. You know what I mean? Also, definitely sort by most popular and watch those ones, because yeah, I think some of his best videos are ones he's made a while ago. Spark says, you'll be in the clear. I probably won't be around for the end. Okay, well, good. Not so good to hear, but I'm happy that you're spending your points. Some people hoard them forever, which I also get. I'm probably the hoarder, honestly. If I were to put myself in the same position, yeah. But yeah. Lone Ziggett says, the only person who has ever seems to be here to make sure you do it. To do the push-up with Sekiri? With Sekiri, yeah. Back in the day when she was, yeah. Well, Sekiri's also got, like, again, to me, Sekiri will always remain the absolute enigma for how a person was able to find time to watch our streams, because she's literally like, well, especially now, where like beforehand she was in medical school, and now she's literally, I think, studying to become a neurosurgeon, like a brain surgeon and shit, that seems like not only becoming a doctor seems hard as shit, but that seems like the hardest of hard. Like, you're like, fuck it, let's play Dark Souls without getting hit once. It's like that level of what? So the fact that we don't see her too much is not surprising. Although we do always miss our people who we miss. Quiet, etc. All these people, Beastie, we don't see. Well, we see everyone. Everyone usually is extraordinarily kind enough to pop in and check in, which is very sweet. I don't see that much with other content creators, which makes me happy. Or people have like, well, hey, don't think I forgot about you. And I'm like, thanks, man. I never forgot about you either. But yeah. Like, yeah, it's crazy to me that like one of the people who I've probably one of my longest watching viewer people is Carthage, and Carthage still pops in on occasion, especially when like it's funny because I know you guys pretty well. Like I know like Carthage's whole story, a person who loved books, worked on planes in the military, eventually lost, or I'm not sure if he lost a job or just got a better job. But anyways, he had to move to Taiwan to get these training courses. He's living there for a long time. But that transition to him moving to Taiwan, I believe, was it required his time zone got all fucked up. So basically, like, for him, what is like normal time for us streams is like 5 a.m. or something. So for him to be in the streams, it's insane. But he still shows up on occasion and tells me about the books he's reading, which I can't describe as sweet, because I've never forgotten any person who's been here for, let's say, more than 2 weeks. Yeah, and again, there's plenty of people. Again, Sparks, it always helps when you guys tell me things about yourself, though, because it helps me remember you. Like, I remember Sparks having a daughter and a family, and like kind of tell me a little, like, subconsciously what's going on with that, which is always fun. And yeah, and the same thing with Fluff. Like, tell me about, again, over the years, we've learned so much about each other, and I'm not sure if it's just me as a person, but I memorize those things for whatever really easily. Math, terrible. Spelling, awful. But people, I can memorize I haven't been able to forget one of them yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Borty says, I'm at 47k CS now. And good right now. That's insane. That's insane, man. I feel like, to me, 47k is such a distant thought. Like, I see some people who have 60 or something like that. I just think, whew. But also, I guess it makes sense. That you could get to, I don't think I could get to 70 necessarily. I think I would need weapons in which I want to invest in, which I don't. Once I get Cobalt, I think I'll be able to hopefully get to 30. If I heavily invest in her weapon, and then I level up my character to the maximum point. I'm kind of waiting for level 70 to happen before I try to get to level 70. Or start to like grind hard and like try to maximize everything. But yeah, until then, we're kind of just chilling. Although, yeah, like there's weird things, like even just making the push just to do the, what's it called? Wormhole. Like a wormhole, I never knew this, which is super nice, by the way, to know. But I believe this is indicative of Bygone Phantasm. So if you push all the way to the maximum point, this gets increased to essentially a better yield every couple days, which, yeah, this is on a 1-day cooldown. So I might try to grind that tomorrow. We'll see. I fucking hate wormholes so much. But anyways, was that a fly that flew by me? Ugh. All right, let's do this. I think we have one more down here. Is this one better? No, this one's the last one. It's a cube. Actually, let's go with this one. Lone Sing, it says, the only person who has ever has ever been able to catch the thing. Spark says, I was deep in thought with my new book. Oh, nice. I've been reading Design Patterns, Elements of a reusable object orientated software. Holy shit, Sparks. That seems like a whole big brain hell of a book. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. How is it? What's it baseline about? And or what are you getting out of it? Maybe that's a better question, because maybe it's super complicated. So you're like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm trying to learn, you know, how to make a game or something, whatever it could be. Lone Singer says, we need to add more redeem options. Carthage is one of the OGs. I have reached 30K. Yeah, well, to me, man, that's the hard thing. Like, that's one of the other things, Lone Syndicate. Like, I want to rehaul a lot of stuff with the streams. I would like to have a new format, because I think this is way too big. Like, all of that is way too big. I would like it to be more modular. Like, that's my favorite type of stream, where, like, nothing is inhibited, but things are still rewarded, you know? Like animations that, you know, sequence people jumping in, etc. All those things to me make sense and are fun. Same thing with redeem points, but I feel like there's probably a step that I have to do, which eventually we'll get to. Again, we're waiting to kind of make sure we can manage Brothers Grin, then Share Your Grin, then streams. And I think it's going to happen quicker than, well, I'm not going to say anything, because oftentimes I think things are going to happen faster, and they're oftentimes slower, so never mind. But one of the things I would like to do is rehaul the first, it'd probably be to create like formats and content, whether like every other stream we do a challenge to achieve some sort of goal as a stream, and then therefore then we can even have fun with that and create like point redeems that can disrupt the actions of the challenge, like, hey, drop all your weapons right now kind of thing. Like, that could be fun. Those things would be fun to do and plan. Same thing with like emotes and things like that. To have like streams that are basically content, like I have prepared for them, I have an idea of what we're trying to do, I've downloaded something specifically to achieve it, and we're going to let it rip kind of thing. But right now, can't quite do that just yet. So we're still trying to piece things together, so to speak. But yeah, eventually, hopefully we'll get to that, and that's on the list of things to do for sure. For sure. Whew. Spark says, software design. I was tasked with architecting our products since there are many cookies in the kitchen now. Basically, modernize everything so onboarding new developers is easy. It would be nice to get new icons for subscriber durations. Yeah. That's the other thing. I mean, well, the other thing, I have always been pretty extraordinarily in the dark when it comes to streaming. Like, I haven't looked into what people like and or what is the norm and or what are the things that generally resonate, because I do think it's different. All those things are relevant, but like right now I'm trying to learn YouTube, so I feel like it'd be the worst idea to learn Twitch and or streaming on top of all that. I think it's probably best to learn YouTube first, and then kind of like after you've developed that, realize that there's probably some crossover with YouTube and streaming, i.e. have good thumbnails, still matters, stuff like that. But things that are like communal are more important. Not only that, but I have 2 books I want to read that are basically community books that I think are helpful to kind of format a fun environment for a group of people to truly feel a part of it and whatnot. Which I try to do as much as I can as a person, but not, I feel like content is a good, very important thing, because good streamers that I watch, I think are either like hella clout chasers, which talk about everything that's in the current zeitgeist and profit that way, or it's people who genuinely just have a fun time every night with their people, which seems significantly more like my jam. But I'm curious, Sparks, about your what you mentioned your software and you're developing that. What is your job? I'm curious. Is it like, are you working for a firm, or are you working for a game developer, an indie studio, or are you working for some sort of tech-based thing, or are you just like the IT guy in a corporation where nobody knows anything about anything computer-wise? I mean, also I didn't mean IT guy in a negative way, by the way. Spark says, you are probably better off streaming on YouTube exclusively with Twitch, with Twitch's new charge. Just my 2 cents. Sparks, here's the thing, man. It's rough. I want to, but like, this is the thing that's insane. And like, anyone who's done it, this is kind of one of the things where people are like, people aren't reasonable. Like, as much as I would love it. I would love it if I could just stay on YouTube, because YouTube, I have everything I need there. I don't have to, there's none of this bullshit thing where it's like you have to be a certain level to get access to something that would benefit the entirety of the platform. It's stupid. Instead, they're like, you get basically work 80% harder and get less. It's stupid. But The one thing that is entirely thing that people don't mention about Twitch and YouTube, and anyone who's done it can very easily see the writing on the wall, is people on Twitch, the culture of Twitch, the whatever you want to call it, is like, I think on our YouTube things, despite I stream predominantly there, I go out of my way to make a thumbnail, I go over to tag the video properly. I think I have maybe 3 or 4 members on there, and I've never once, well, actually, no, I got 3 or 4 members there, which is basically a subscriber. It's like a person who says, I'm going to pay you $2 a month or whatever to support you, etc., which is immensely amazing. This is not equality, this is just a percentage thing of like the difference between the two. And there's so many more people on Twitch that I have subscription from, I think. By the way, I should mention this. I always mention this. The thing down there that says sub member goal is actually not right at all. That was 1 month when you were playing Wonderlands, where people were absurdly generous, and yeah, I unfortunately that is not. There's no option to switch the subscriber goal to what is your actual subscriber number across 2 platforms. It just tells you, hey, what subscriber thing are you, and what's your goal, and then it does the 2, which is frustrating because I would like it to be automated. Instead, I kind of got to be like, I haven't taken the time to go look at what I'm now currently at when it comes to Twitch. I think it's significantly lower because we have stopped watching or covering Wonderlands and stuff like that. But yeah, just the difference between YouTube and Twitch. Twitch has a culture of like donating to streamers or tipping your streamer or something like that, which I don't want to be greedy or anyway like that. It's one of those things where like, that's kind of nice having like a couple a bit of money every week to buy a game. It's usually what it ends up kind of being, which is nice to kind of be like, oh, okay, good. Also, the one thing, like, to me, as much as I love YouTube so much about what it does, even streaming. But the fact that it hasn't streamlined rating is fucking abysmal. And the fact that it hasn't found, like, the 2 things that it could add that would make YouTube immensely better is rating, which it has added a version of it that's stupid, clunky, and doesn't make any sense. Rating would be amazing. And the ability to, like, have point redeems would also be significantly amazing. But they haven't done any of that. They haven't taken the 2 things that Twitch has done that's pretty good to gamify a stream, to keep things moving. They haven't done any of that. Yeah, there's ways you can go about it in an external way, but I still don't think it's as that way. Now, granted, yeah, and I think it's the only reason why Twitch is doing that move is because they know they can, because they have, like, it's just the culture. Twitch seems to be very much more in that way of like it feels extraordinarily more generous in regards to monetization. So you kind of have to work 80% less hard on Twitch. Just because of the human beings watching Twitch, and eventually that will turn, which is why we're still predominantly streaming on YouTube. And I would love to just stream on YouTube. Well, it's nice to have your, like, hedge your bets, but yeah. Spark says software engineer for tech firm. Oh, nice. Okay, for a tech firm, that seems like a great job. Seems like an awesome job. Spark says there has to be an IPA in Twitch to update that value automatically. Maybe Sparks. Yeah, I tried going into it, and like I can't find. Maybe there's like another. It might be a code version, because I think there's 2 versions of like set the thing, and then there's like a background version, which seems way more complex. Which I'm like, oh. I don't know what the fuck that is, but maybe that's what you're saying. Maybe it's just like a little bit of like you have to put in some sort of code. I'm sure if I Google it, it'd become easier, but it also seems just as easy to kind of look at your Twitch and YouTube. But man, it's hard to describe. But like, and maybe my problem is, but I think I'm doing pretty good right now. I was about to say maybe my problem is right now that I'm so aware that there's so much going on right now that if I take on any more tiny thing, it fucks with my whole focus about everything else. So where I'm kind of like really hesitant to like do even a small thing because I'm focused on this right now, which is like YouTube development stuff. And I've been developing a good bit in that, which is good. So I don't want to rock the boat in a bad way, but I think it also would be smart to kind of do the thing in which is the littlest amount of whatever you can do with the most amount of return that it will give you. And the subscriber goal thing probably could be that. Although I kind of like, when it comes to the subscriber goal tab, I kind of prefer the like a sub goal for the stream. I like that instead of like monthly goal for the month. Yeah, it's weird. I like because to me it seems way more reasonable. Or like a person's like, hey, could we get like 3 subs this stream maybe? That seems way more like okay. Whereas the one where it's like it may look like it's it's, yeah, people might have a perception on it where it's like, that seems like a lot. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it is. It's the thing. But yeah. Spark says, I know that there is a way to automatically update your follower count on stream. Oh, no, it does automate, by the way. So, like, it upgrades. So, like, if someone were to donate, it would, or subscribe, sorry, it would update the pretext. But I would have to, it grows with whatever standard you set, I guess. But yeah, like, I'm going to quickly look right now. Where is it? Subscriber goal. Yeah, there's visual settings and there's source. So maybe there's like a custom source code that I can put with the body of stuff right there. Shut down source when not visible. Refresh browser when the scene has become active. Use custom frame rate. Yeah, and there might be something that you can do in custom CSS, whatever that is. But yeah, otherwise you need to set it first, what your total is, and then how much you're willing to grow from it. But yes. But I think I probably would prefer doing the opposite of that one, which is basically, I'm not sure if you've seen it around. I like it a lot better. Like I was saying, it's the like 0 out of 3 subscriber goal essentially. So when you add 1, 2, 3, you got 3 goals a sub that way. Also, it's like a psychological principle. I think there's somewhere too where it's like when you see somebody has like a 5,000 subscribers, or like, or follower, or donate, whatever you want to call it. They just call it subscribers on Twitch. When you have that many, you're like, holy shit, I don't need to do anything. And you're like, well, actually, well, for me, that'd be huge. But when you have 5,000, pretty good argument to be like, well, you can kind of, you don't need my, little drop in the pot. Okay. But that's a way that can kind of do that. But yeah. Yeah, no, it does automatically update, but it doesn't have the base. Oh, also, ladies and gentlemen, I have to cut my hair, but I also want to do a quick run. So we may actually end this stream a little bit early. Also, we kind of did everything. That's the thing. The only thing I have left to do is challenges, but I don't really want to do challenges. Because, yeah, challenges, training, I mean. I mean by training. I should get into Bygone Phantasm. I did miss Apex Legends this week, unfortunately. But, yeah, not perfect. But, oh, also, I didn't do Raid. That's not good. Does it say when it resets? I think it's every week or something. Rough. Sparks says push-ups now. No, I know. Sparks, you son of a bitch. I was literally going to say, hey. Also, ending it early would mean that we can do the Sparks. Or do the push-ups. So yeah, let's do the push-ups. It's been a while since I've done them on screen. A simple one set of push-ups. Not that bad. So, yeah. Sparks says, don't worry about it, man. No, the push-ups, we're doing the fucking push-ups. Do the fucking push-ups. Oh, my body. Oh, all right. We might do like as many as I probably can muster without dying. That's good. That's good. I gotta adjust my camera. Ooh, one of these. Oh my god, that whole camera's just falling off the thing because I haven't had to do push-ups in such a long time. Let's see, does this still work? Low cam push-ups. It does. There's my feet. There's my feet. All right, here we go. Am I in camera? I'm in camera. It's about as good as you'll get. Okay. 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 I didn't count. My shoulders. It's always my shoulders that give out. Not necessarily, it's that little cord in your shoulder. Anyways, nice socks, thanks. I can't, it's good. I can't bring my leg up that high. Anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, been a fun stream. Also, I don't know what it is about push-ups. I don't breathe when doing them, which is stupid. I know it's like you're supposed to, but like you're trying to. I guess I had it beaten over my head when I was a kid. That's like you keep your back flat. That means you fucking light up all of your muscles. So you're like every time you're doing push-ups. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're ending the stream just a little bit early today because I want to go exercise and then I gotta cut my hair. And if I could have a little bit of time today to watch some anime, would consider it to be a good day. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you kindly for hanging out with me. We'll be streaming, of course, Tower Fantasy on Tuesday. By the by, if you do like Tower Fantasy, there is a video out on our brother's GRINN channel, which is essentially us talking about the raid, which was fantastic. But yeah, till next time, just like Lone Syndicate says, bye. Oh, I was holding back breathing.